everyone. Welcome to Geekonomics. We're back. It's another week. It's another show. I don't even know what show camera on. Oh, we're on that one. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the show. It's Marc. It's Bryon. It's another podcast. And the people who are listening on audio don't even know why I'm talking to cameras. But if you're listening on the video or watching the video, you'll see why.
We have listeners all over the place.
We do.
We have podcasts.
We do.
We have the video, and now YouTube podcasts.
Yeah, we're covering everything.
We're everywhere.
So we'll have no big numbers, but we'll have a lot of little numbers.
We do. We're growing.
They all add up to at least 12 people.
At least good numbers.
Yes, at least to a number that's somewhat respectable.
We're building an audience.
At least warrants us to continue doing this every week.
We enjoy it. It's fun.
Yes, it's like group therapy, I call it.
And it
saves us money.
Where's the couch?
It allows me to talk about wrestling because that's
yes,
all I want to talk about.
because your wife doesn't want to hear about it.
No,
so
that's
and people at work probably don't want to hear about it either. So
nobody knows I watch wrestling.
Oh well, just wait. When you start putting the posters in your office, and people will start realizing what's going on.
I know, right?
When you get that Becky Lynch on the hood poster, it's all over.
Okay, I can't do that. I work at a school, my friend.
Well, it doesn't mean she could be throwing someone on the hood. That's your putting stuff on it, not me.
I thought you were gonna say that's your constitutional right.
That's your constitutional right. It's your constitutional right to have a picture of Becky Lynch sprawled across the hood of a car.
Whoa! You said
after she was thrown on it by Liv Morgan.
Yes.
Come on, Bryon.
There you go.
Stop.
All right, we're gonna talk about wrestling. We got a lot to talk about. The ending of the X-Men happened.
We do. It did.
I think we're a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs because we bought our tickets for Deadpool 3.
We did. It was a panic-stricken moment.
They're selling quick.
Yes. I was getting ready. I was in the other room getting the picks ready. And I know Rocky had mentioned it yesterday that it was happening in our group chat. Shout out to Rocky, which always gets a shout out at the end of the show anyways. But, yeah, so I was ready for it to happen. I didn't know when it was going to start.
Yeah, I know.
And then you mentioned that you were getting tickets. And then I was like, ah.
Then you had a meeting.
So I was in a meeting, getting this ready. Then you got tickets, and then I didn't know you got me a ticket, so I was going to get myself a ticket, and then I ended up not getting myself a ticket.
Which is great. It all worked out.
So it all worked out, but yes.
Before we get into it, we do have one plug.
We do.
It's coming up quick.
It's coming up at the end of next month.
Yes, very quick, and we're almost at the end of this month. Holy smokes!
Let me get through this month first. I still have got to gather all the things for this next show.
East of the River Comic Book and Collectible Show, June 30th, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m., 9 a.m. for early birds, 2 floors of dealers at the American Legion Hall, 566 Enfield Street, Enfield, Connecticut, 06082. I'll be there. You'll be there.
Yes, mention the podcast, and I'll get you in for $1.
There you go. Early bird.
Sure.
I
could tell Scott that.
Yeah.
He'll make it happen.
Yeah.
I'm working the door, is what I'm saying.
But you'll be selling for the first time.
I am. I'm going to have my own table.
Very cool.
I'll be cleaning out a bunch of stuff that's clogging up my basement. Now, the wife's like, this needs to go, or you need to go.
So you can get stuff out of the house, too.
Yes, so I could get the stuff out of my parents' house that I still have sitting there.
Nice.
So it's time to cycle things in and out.
Very exciting. I that's what I do, too.
Yes.
Speaking of cycling things out, I just acquired more D&D stuff.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. I will have more D&D stuff at this show and the Manchester show.
Man.
And it's going to sell quick.
Yeah.
The last
it
time
usually does.
Wow.
I'm hoping the stuff I have, I mean, it's cool to me. I'm assuming there's other people that are into it, too. And I don't usually see them at Scott's show. So I'm hoping that there's, Yeah.
There is that Hot Wheels guy who's been looking for you for years.
I know.
Do you have dice, Bryon? I like dice.
I'm going to have lots of dice.
You don't need any more dice.
I actually have D&D
Josh
dice.
does. Other people do, but Josh
have normal dice. I'm going to lots of stuff. Manchester show.
Andrew Dice Clay?
I could have Andrew Dice Clay.
Oh, man.
On ice.
Oh, man.
Andrew Dice Clay on ice.
Dice on ice?
Dickory duck.
The dice ran up the clock.
Oh, my God. I'm thinking
it's one of those
words,
days. It's one of those days.
Yeah. Anyway, Enfield show is going to be awesome.
A lot of editing for me.
I'm very excited. We'll keep it clean. I'm very excited. I'm very excited for you.
Yes.
I'm very excited. It's going to be a great show.
There'll be unfortunately, no Matt Ryan because he'll be on vacation for that show.
But I'll be probably next to the Safari
Brothers will be there. Yeah.
Nice. Very exciting. They're always great.
Yeah.
And then the Manchester show is at the very end of July.
Ooh.
And that's going to be fantastic.
Yes.
And then fall season.
Unless
Cliff has some
and
sort
then
of
we're
hotel
also right
show.
after that's Terrificon, the big show.
That's in
at
August.
Mohegan. Yeah,
I've never been.
you should go.
I might go this year.
Yeah,
I might check
it's an
it
experience. We
It's
should
fun.
go together.
I go.
out.
Yeah, we should go.
We should
It'd
go.
be fun.
Yeah.
It's a good time.
Okay. We'll talk about
A
that.
lot of fun stuff. It's a crazy show.
Yeah,
It's at the
and-
casino too. So
I know Matt Ryan. He works at.
yeah, he does. Yeah, him and Cliff
Mark.
are there. Yes.
Mark, do you hear he's going to be there? Colby Smulders is going to be there.
I
Mark.
heard that. Yeah, Colby Smolder is going to be there.
Yeah, I'm sure there's gonna be other big celebrities.
Yes. I'd want to talk to her about How I Met Your Mother, whereas everyone else wants to talk to her about Marvel stuff. But
How I Met Your Mother, too.
yeah.
Like, did you really have to be?
Did
the
you really
one
have to be the one?
at
Was
the
it
very
really?
end? Yeah. We all predicted it, but
Who ended up with the blue horn? Did you take it with you, or did?
he had the blue
Josh
horn.
get it?
He gave it to her.
No, I'm saying like in real
Oh.
life. Did she steal it from the set?
Oh, yeah,
Or did
that's
someone
what I
else
wanted
steal
to
it?
know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What did you
Who
take from the set?
Who has the blue horn?
Who has the blue horn?
Inquisitive minds want to know.
Yes.
All right.
I'm pretty sure someone's asked her that by this point,
Probably.
and it's probably been answered multiple times. But
Um,
I've never asked it, so it's new to me.
New to me. All right, Mark. Before we get into X-Men, how was your weekend? What'd you do? Anything of note?
We got a new air conditioner. Claire bought a new air conditioner for the house.
Ooh.
She was very excited about it. It's fits inside your window.
I've seen those at Costco.
Yes.
Is it the big divot?
Yes.
And the window goes in there?
Yes.
You like it?
It was quite the contraption to install. Because there's like a bracket and like a thing you have to like lay it on and the whole thing, and it has to like sit against the house. And
We have one at our house now, too.
I'm worried.
They're
I'm paranoid. It's the first day we're using it today.
Yeah. Well, it's
So-
going to be 90 tomorrow.
Yes. So we're getting the house prepared for the cat, getting the cat acclimated to the sound of the air conditioner.
Yeah.
So just trying to, but yeah. So Jonas came over on Saturday and helped me out with that. We installed that. So 2 hours of that.
2 hours.
Yeah, because the directions say to like drill it into the house.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, and I was like, ooh, I don't know if I want to like do that.
I don't like that idea.
Yeah. So we got to figure it out. We think
Okay.
we got to figure it. I'm just.
Did you have to get foam?
I just
'Cause
don't
I have
like.
to imagine
It
there's
comes
a-
with stuff like
Okay,
foam
yeah,
and
yeah.
things.
Yeah.
But air conditioners always stress me out.
Did you lose a bag of bolts?
No,
You
I did
bastard.
not. I did not. I did not put them in my pocket and take them home with me because I was at home, so I didn't have to worry about it. But no, air conditioners always like I'm always
You're afraid they're going to fall out the window.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, yeah. Claire's like, oh, let's put the old one up in your room
Oh, there you go.
upstairs.
Yeah.
I'm like that's cool.
You have to walk it up there.
I have to walk it up the stairs, which is I don't want to do.
No.
And the second one is like the only two windows I have is one's like over our deck, like on the second floor.
And it fell out. I'll be falling.
And if it falls out, it's like falling into my grill or something.
or someone's head.
Yeah. And the other window is the cat window, so she's not gonna let that happen. So
So just don't worry about it.
I'm just gonna, I don't know.
Mark.
I'll just deal with it.
Mark, come on, Mark. We've dealt with air conditioners for years.
Yes, but on the first floor of houses.
That is
Yes.
true.
Yes, on the first floor is fine. It just falls into like a bush.
Right.
If it falls out of a second floor window, it's making a situation happen.
This is why we bought the portable one for the bedroom. So I
Yeah.
don't have to walk a gigantic one over there.
Yeah.
I've got the nice wheeled one, put it in any
Yeah.
window, and then I got the window one for the kitchen.
Yeah.
And secret is, we used to put them in the basement. I told Allison, I cannot carry these things up my basement steps
No, I put them in the
anymore."
garage.
Yeah, we put
That's
them
why I
in
put mine.
the bathtub. We put them in the shower.
Yes, we have a giant one that was Claire's originally when her old house that she moved into the house with, and it's still in her basement, and it's like ginormous, and it's like it's never leaving the basement
Yeah.
unless like Josh or someone comes over to help me pull
Nope.
it out of there.
No.
No, I'm saying, like-
I
or,
know.
like-
I know what you're saying, but
Yeah, if I
no,
get like
those
Josh or
suck.
Jonas or a couple people to like help me carry it out of the
Right.
basement, then we'll get it out and it'll be gone forever.
I
It's
told
going
Allison
somewhere.
if I were to lose balance, I'm either going to fall backwards and kill
Oh, yeah, yeah,
myself,
yeah.
or if I'm bringing it down, I'm going to
Yes.
fall forward.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like they're so awkward.
Yeah.
And they're so one-sided heavy.
Yeah.
Like the butt
Yes.
side is super heavy.
Yeah.
So it's like you got it.
You got to carry it from the butt, and then yes, so it's a whole thing.
That is the one nice thing about the like they call it a saddle
Yes,
style.
the subtle one.
That the weight of it is more distributed evenly.
Yeah,
But it's still you have to
still-
drop it.
they're still like ridiculously heavy.
Yes.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
My neighbor, our next door neighbor, got the like the one I have in our hub room here at the bunker. It's like one of those installed in the wall ones, which we have upstairs in our bedroom.
Yeah.
But it's just an old air conditioner,
Yeah.
that's like put in the wall,
Right.
which is ridiculously loud and annoying.
Oh, I have
but
to imagine.
I'm not. Yeah, I'd rather just deal with that and not have to
Move it.
move it
Exactly. Have it installed in the wall, and you just put a cover over it in the winter.
or just leave it. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's not. It doesn't bother anybody. Yeah, it's just yeah.
Yeah.
I understand. Like as I get older, central air becomes more and more like. No wonder why people
that's-
spend so much money to get that installed.
I want to get central air. That is my goal.
'Cause it's
life
like-
goal. Central air.
Yeah.
Our
'Cause
neighbors got it.
The yearly like stress of having to deal with an
Right.
air conditioner.
My
Like just
neighbors
now
got it,
thinking
and
about
I'm,
like
so
installing
jealous.
this thing. It's like next year we're gonna have to do it again. And
Yeah.
It's like I don't really want to.
You guys do it every
So-
freaking year. Yeah.
And I gotta take all the foam off the window and all the
Mm-hmm.
stuff off the window.
I honestly don't like the look of an AC in the window.
Me neither. Which is why
I
this is
hate
not half bad because it's like you see through. So it's not like
That's
as
why
annoying.
I saw the Costco. I'm like, that's
Yeah,
interesting. I
yeah.
kind of like that.
Yeah, they're not. It's quiet too. It doesn't make a lot of noise
That's
either,
good.
which is nice.
See, the portable was cool because it takes up this much room.
Yeah.
It's just a hose, and
Yeah.
then I can put it in any window and it rolls.
Yeah. Last year, Claire
Love
got
it.
me off Timu when she was having her Timu mode. She got me like one of those little box ones you put in your room and just put ice in the top of it.
Now, how does that work?
It's great. It's
It
just
really
a fan with
works?
ice in it, and just ice in it, and the ice melts and it just blows the cold air
Wow.
out, and it really literally cooled the whole room that I was in upstairs.
So just use that again.
So
Yeah, those aren't like they're not air conditioners, but they.
Yeah,
it's
it's
almost
just
like a
little-
mister type of setup.
Yeah, but it's not even
But
that.
it-
It's just
but
like
it
they call
works
them like
very well.
like a one-room air conditioner.
Yeah.
It's just like a little box thing that sits on like
Huh.
a
But
desk.
our
I've seen
neighbors,
ads for
our
that.
neighbors
Yeah.
have the outdoor unit that goes to like the condenser, like a factory style.
That's what they have.
That's really nice.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
my neighbor has. That. Yeah, Susan has that, and that's what.
I want to get it.
Yeah,
Yeah. I don't know how much they go for.
they're like 1,200 to get it installed, but then you have to get it installed and everything, and the whole.
Mm-hmm. You get the unit.
Yeah,
and you take
yeah, it
care
was a
of
whole
everything.
project.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Take
But you
care of
don't lose a window that way.
it. Yeah,
No,
I
but then you
know.
like cut a hole in your house.
That's fine.
Yeah.
They plug it up.
Yeah, well, they put an air conditioner in it.
Exactly. Win-win.
It's like she has like the same thing we do
No.
at our side.
What I'm talking about is an actual like outdoor like unit that's just hosed in, and then has the like
Oh.
factory like vent
Oh,
system
they
on the
have
roof.
those. Too.
Oh yeah, no, never.
So that's
yeah.
what the neighbors have, and I was looking at that going, ooh, that'd be nice because you don't have to worry about cutting a hole in the house. It's just a conduit.
Yeah. Well, it has to be a coal. It has to be cut somewhere for it.
No,
to
but
get
it's not
into
like
the
a
house,
big
but-
hole. It's just like a
Yeah,
hose
yeah, yeah.
hole,
Yeah, I see what you're saying. But,
almost like a dryer hole.
anyways, those are adulting problems.
We're talking holes now.
Yeah, we're talking air conditioning way too long.
Yeah,
But adulting
but-
problems.
yeah.
Besides that, just been playing Fallout.
Yeah? You made
Yeah.
it further?
I think so. I broke down and I got the map off the interwebs.
That's fine.
So
Now you know where
I started
going.
exploring more.
Yeah.
I mean, collecting fusion cores like mad.
You need it for the end game.
What's I'm
That's all I'm
thinking.
gonna tell
So
you.
I figured I need to stock up on those.
Yes.
Ammo is also a commodity, which
Yes.
I need to learn how to use the VATs better, I think.
Yes, VATs are fun. And
So I
it
won't
will
use as
take
much
things
ammo.
out quicker.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you're gonna hate yourself when it takes you to take out all this ammo to take out something so dumb. You're
Yeah.
like, man, I could have headshotted it. And I
Yeah.
spent all this ammo on a.
Well, usually I just walk around with a
Crap.
sledgehammer and just bop things upside the head.
But the higher things.
Yeah,
are
when you get
harder.
to bigger things, then I
Yeah.
do that. Like super mutants, I'll take out a gun, but raiders,
Dang.
they're just getting a sledgehammer to the
Super
face.
mutants when you go in the sewers.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Yeah.
I try to stay away from them if I can.
Yeah. So you still haven't made it to the.
I just did
lab.
no, I just did the Silver Shroud stuff.
Okay.
I just finished that
The
yesterday.
the lab is kind of like middle of the game,
yeah,
story wise.
Piper just started hitting on me,
Yep. Yep.
so I'm at that point.
Hey, sweetie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like asking you questions in the middle of missions. It's like
Well,
kind of in
'cause
the middle
you're-
of something right now.
Well, you're building a
Yes,
rapport.
yes.
But if you
But
build,
I didn't notice what was going on at first, which is just like real life. I didn't know a girl was talking to me. She really kept saying the same thing, like, "Wow, you're a nice guy. Wow, you're a nice guy." Like over and over again. I'm like, "Cool, thanks. Let's keep going here. I got things to do." I'm trying to find a
believe-
power suit,
I feel like Piper.
and I've all started collecting power suits. I got 3 of them so far.
Oh, no, yeah, those are good to have too.
Yeah,
But I think Piper might be the one who's good at.
lock picking.
Yes,
yes,
and if you build her up,
Yes.
she will pick higher end locks for you.
yes. So what I started doing is I started picking a bunch of the locks, and she's like, Piper liked it. Piper liked it. And it's like, okay, cool.
Because then you can send her to pick some locks while you're doing other things.
Potential spam. No, thank you.
I love potential spam.
Yes. I forgot to turn my ringer off. That's what happened. But yeah, so working on that. And then just this, yeah. So I went around. Started, when I found the map online, I started looking around for things, and I got went to the robotics place, like right next to Sanctuary, which I had no idea it was there, and like self-detonated the robot that was there.
Oh.
And they had like a plethora of fusion cores in it, so that was awesome. Started collecting mini nukes, which I didn't know was a thing until recently.
Yeah, the mini nukes.
Yeah.
You can use that.
Yes.
Those are good to have.
Yeah.
Don't waste them.
I won't.
Yeah.
I haven't been.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah. So
Good stuff.
starting to get a little bit better at the
Right.
Then I started finding like the magazines and things that you can find.
The collectibles.
Yeah, so
But
you
you
can
have
like
perks,
better
I
at things,
believe.
like better
Yeah.
at sneaking and things.
Yeah.
So once I'm able to do that, once I can start sneaking, I'm good. Because I'm a long distance fighter. I'm not an up close guy. I like if I can use a sniper rifle and peg you off beforehand.
Right.
That's what I'm all about.
That's what it is, man. Like that game, you can play it any way you want, so it's
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah.
That's how I play D&D.
Yeah. So now I just got done with that, and I'm like going back to like start doing the Hancock stuff.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So
yeah.
Once I start doing that.
Hancock
the ghoul that runs Good Neighbor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just starting to get into that part. Yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you're still with it, Mark. I am really shocked. Like, I wasn't sure if this game was for you, but man, I'm glad. I'm glad you got into it.
Well, I mean, it's got a power suit. I'm always a fan of that.
The show helped, I think.
Yeah.
It got a lot of people to play.
Yeah,
which is
exactly.
great.
Yeah.
Always a good thing.
Yeah, I was having issues, like glitching issues, a little bit.
It's very common with those games.
Where it, like glitches and just freezes up, and then like you can't do anything.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but luckily it saves like where you glitch, so
Okay.
that's the one good thing.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Well, you can always upgrade.
well, it keeps asking to do the update, like the next gen update, but I'm
Oh.
like I don't have the next gen, so I
No,
can't
but
do that.
but even the version you're playing, if it's telling you there's an update, get that update because it's going to help performance.
Yeah,
You will have less.
I checked for updates and it says there's none available, so I think it's as updated as it's gonna get.
Okay.
I think my Xbox is too old.
Well, I believe there was an update, so it probably downloaded it.
Yeah.
But you were
Yeah.
saying it was asking. for
No,
an
it just
update.
like says it when you get to like the main screen, like next gen update.
Gotcha. All right.
I'm
so
like,
if
I'm
you,
not messing around with that.
Well, you don't have the next.
I don't have a next gen, so I don't have
Yeah.
to worry about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm realizing I don't play Xbox enough
To warrant.
warrant
buying.
another next gen.
Right.
Another Xbox.
Yeah, you
so,
probably can hold off
yeah.
until you feel you want one.
Yeah, until like Fallout 5 comes out.
Right.
Then maybe I'll
There you go.
warrant.
Yeah.
Or I'll wait till someone else gets rid of their previous gen at this point.
and just buy it off of them.
Yeah.
There you
Yeah.
go. Anything else, Marcus?
Not really. Have you been watching anything?
Me neither. Other than the X-Men, which
The X-Men, which we're going to talk about. Nothing. No, there's really been anything else that's really been going on. There's
It's
been
just
anything.
been a busy week.
It's been a lot of work stuff, yeah. A lot of
Yeah.
work stuff. This week's going to be nuts. Next week, I got the offsite. We got Labor Day this weekend. Or Memorial Day.
Memorial Day.
Labor Day.
Jeez, you're
Yeah, you have to work a parade.
Yeah. Don't miss that. So, yeah. Besides that, not much else going on.
And you got D&D this weekend,
We do. You are not going to be there because it's your anniversary.
right? But
Happy early 5-year anniversary.
Thank you. I can't believe it's been 5 years.
Yeah.
Holy
Like I said to Claire, I
macaroni.
can't believe someone stuck around 5 years with this guy. How about me, not about you.
Yeah.
But
Well, I know.
I think
say
that
it
as
too.
well. But
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm like, I can't believe.
yeah.
Well, me and Allison have been together for going on 15 years, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You took a lot longer to get to the marriage situation.
We wanted to get the house first.
Yes.
That was always the goal.
Yeah.
Because a house is harder than getting
Yes.
married.
Yeah.
It really
See, I already,
is.
when I met Claire, she already had a house. So
Right, she had the condo.
I didn't have to wait for that.
Right,
So I was like, well, I had to wait 10 years.
Yeah. I mean, if
By
we
the time
had,
I waited 10 years, who knows what would be going on.
if we had bought the house at Peggy, then marriage would have been sooner. But
Yeah.
then we had to buy a house.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
But this
And as Allison has learned, if she sets forth goals for you, then things will get accomplished.
yes,
So,
I got all those goals done. Got a new gate installed. Got a new bed. Got a new toilet. I got it all done,
Yeah.
baby. We got the new bed.
Now
I
you can have a
both
kid.
bed. We're not having kids. Are you kidding me? We have cats.
Yes, exactly.
I was going to say, that's what cats and dogs are for.
I got a
Right.
cat. That's all I need.
We got 3 cats,
I don't need any more.
and they're like our kids.
One's annoying enough.
We love our cats. I
I love our
them-
cat. Just annoying.
Your cat's wonderful.
It is, but it's still annoying.
Why?
Because it's a
Cats
cat.
are- Oh, cats are not annoying.
All
Pets
pets
are-
are lovely and annoying.
All pets are annoying.
Well, they're only annoying when they decide to step in front of me as I'm walking and carrying heavy things.
Yes. Yes.
Oh my God. Yesterday, I went to Jeremy's to pick up a bunch of stuff he's
Yeah.
giving me. And as I'm walking to the house, they all had to walk in front of me, and I'm like carrying these big tubs. I'm like, oh!
It's like an obstacle course.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I inherited from Jeremy a lot of stuff. I got a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So,
Ours is taken to I don't know how to say the nice way of saying it. Just demanding food in the morning if we sleep in.
yes, that's what 5
It's
o'clock.
like no. And if you don't get it to it in a certain time, it won't eat at all. It just refuses. So that's always fun.
5 o'clock every
And then
morning.
Claire
I'm
gets
awake.
mad because you don't feed the cat, and the cat's like doesn't eat.
Right.
It's like it's 11 o'clock. I ate. Why don't you eat?
Funny thing
That was
is,
fine.
our cats wake me up at 5. I feed them. And then at 9:30, we're watching Law and Order. I'm like just falling asleep.
Yes.
And Allison's like, I'm like, wait a minute. Why is Stabler back? What's going on?
What's
And
happening?
She's like, you got to rewatch it, Brian.
Yes.
And I'm literally like closing. I can't stay awake. 10 o'clock. I'm like.
That's
my-
Claire.
I'm
by
glazed
9:30.
over.
Brian,
She stayed up till 11 o'clock on
Wait.
Saturday. It was like monumental occurrence happened.
Brian,
Yeah.
timer feeder.
Yeah.
We bought one
wet
for
food.
Mystic.
It's wet food.
Oh, see, our Mystic was dry food going ape shit. So we have the timed feeder.
Yeah.
Is the best thing ever, but I don't know if they have one for wet food.
Yeah, I do wet
No.
food at 5, wet food at 5 p.m. and a.m. Dry food we just put out, but they want their wet food. Because
Oh,
it's,
see, ours is very particular. You can't have it. It has to be mixed.
oh, well, jeez.
Wet food in the morning, but at night it has to have mixed dry and wet. And only a certain amount of dry. You put too much dry, she won't eat
That's
it.
so weird because like
You put
Mark,
too
you,
less dry in, she'll scarf it down, but then she'll want
Jeez.
more food in about 3 hours.
Yeah.
Mystic is literally like we have it so it feeds him 4 times, but they're like small portions of food.
No, she only eats
No,
twice a day.
but that's what I mean.
She
Is
won't
Mystic will literally take 4 of them and then wet
Yeah.
food only around like 7 o'clock at
eat.
night.
No, we tried
That's
that.
it.
We tried that, but she won't eat. She won't do it.
Cats are particular,
She's
man.
not. She's like, I only eat twice a day, and I have my treats at 9:30, and if it's later than that, I get mad.
Cats are very particular,
Yeah.
and they like a schedule.
Yes.
They
So
do.
at 9:30, if I don't give her treats,
You're in
she'll
trouble.
get her temptations. She starts pacing in front of the television.
She's like,
She sits and stares at you. She starts doing her meowie noise.
when I was there for WrestleMania, she came out.
She's not like it.
She was
needs
like-
what she's
she was
like,
walking around. You
This
were-
is my time.
You were giving her the
Yep,
temptation.
this is my temptations time.
Yeah. Can't
Yep.
stop at the temptation
Can't
time.
stop it. Can't mess it up.
All right, Mark.
I don't care if you have friends. Your friends can wait.
We got to get into X-Men because we're
Right?
X-Men.
You didn't talk about your weekend.
X-Men. I had a busy weekend. I had
You had your brother's birthday.
my brother's birthday turn. He turned 40.
I know.
Which is still blowing my mind.
Yeah. Which one was this?
Tony.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. The town-wide
Yeah,
cats.
we're around the same age, Mark.
Well, I know that, but I didn't know if it was because Nick and
No, Nick's-
Tony are pretty close. So
Yeah, Nick's still in his 30s.
yeah,
But it's just weird when your younger brothers are approaching 40 or in
Mariah's
40.
turning 30 in July.
Oh my, Josh, how old are you now?
He's 42.
No. Well, how old are you, Mark?
I'll be so you're
We'll be
you'll be
45 this
41.
year.
You'll be 41.
Yes, I'm turning. I was I
Yes.
am 40 now.
He's a year older than Tony.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow, it's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. Because we'll be 45.
Yes, we'll be 45.
Yeah, you'll
It's
be 45
weird.
next month.
Yes, I will be 45 next month.
Yeah, she will be.
It's weird. It's a weird number.
I said to Claire, you were 45 in February. She's like, you'll be 45 in September. I'm like, yeah, but you're 45 already.
Jeez.
I got time.
It's weird. It's a weird number. I don't like it.
It's old.
We're approaching 50.
We are. It's old.
It's weird, Mark. It's very weird.
Death is coming quick.
Remember when we thought like people in their 40s were ancient. And now it's like, oh,
I was literally
no.
just saying this. I was literally just thinking this
Yeah.
the other day. Like I was remembering my 40th birthday because you mentioned Tony's 40th, and I was like, man, that was crazy. I'm like, wow, that was like 4 years ago now. It feels like it was an eternity ago.
It just happened.
And it feels like it was a long time ago. But I think it's the pandemic and such
Yes.
make everything seem farther away.
Last year's with
But-
the pandemic.
Yeah. So did you guys do anything fun for Tony's 40th? Did you go to laser tag or anything?
No, just
No.
typical hangout with the fam.
Yeah.
And then we had townwide tag sale.
Yes.
We got some
Well,
stuff.
you went to the townwide tag sale.
We
You
did.
didn't. You didn't have it.
No,
You didn't have a townwide tag sale.
no. We could.
How many did you hit of the 63 some odd places?
I don't know. Maybe 30.
Wow.
We hit a lot.
Wow.
We hit a lot.
Anything good?
Yeah, we got some good stuff. I guess we went to the summer's townwide tag sale 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
That one was better. Yet again, you know what happened? It rained.
Yeah.
It rained. Just like last year.
Yeah.
Remember before Blink?
Yeah.
It was the same day. And then it poured around 1 o'clock.
Yes.
And we drove into New York. and
Yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
Rain let up.
Yeah.
But I was like, why? Why? Every time. they
Yeah,
do this
just
rain.
luck of the draw, as they say.
Yeah. But anyway, other than that, catching up on wrestling, X-Men, which we should jump into.
Yes.
X-Men ended.
The season ended.
The season ended.
It was quite the finale.
It is bonkers now.
I have seen online, and I agree with the sentiments I've seen online of Kevin Feige and the Marvel Cinematic Universe have quite the task to even come close to what this stupid cartoon has done for the X-Men.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I did not think, like, the original series was okay
Yeah.
on
Well,
Fox. It wasn't
it
the great.
started out great.
Yeah,
but
and
it
then got really,
worse
really dumb towards
as
the end.
You got.
Yes.
Yeah.
So when it was coming back, it was like, I remember we had talked about it. I was like, yeah, well, whatever.
We'll see.
It's
Yeah.
X-Men 97. Okay.
Could be good. could
Little
be
did we
bad.
know this was going to be like the greatest thing that's ever been on television in the Marvel Universe history.
Well, I
It's
wouldn't
like
go
up-
that far.
I put it right up there with Endgame and Infinity War.
Wow.
It's that level of.
See, for me,
Epicness.
I will say, if
Think about all the things that happened in that episode.
a lot of things happen.
Yeah, in 40 minutes,
Yeah.
as opposed to 2.5 hours of Infinity War. And
I think a better comparison, Mark,
Endgame.
is that Endgame's totally different. That was a culmination of things. This episode, okay, if we're just talking TV, Marvel TV, I think the X-Men did better storytelling in a half hour and made the last episode 40 minutes than a lot of the MCU shows,
well, you can't compare live action to animated.
but the storytelling was better.
Yes, but you can't. Besides that, you can't compare like action sequences and things because you can do a lot in animated that you can't do in live action.
I agree, but I will say a lot
Like
of these
Sentinels are kinda
MCU
hard to-
shows, like, just don't know how to tell a good story and make the ending a nice long episode.
Yeah.
The shows just get shorter and shorter
Yeah.
and shorter.
Yeah.
And I'm just saying this cartoon did it better than most of the MCU shows.
Yes.
I can only compare it to shows.
Yes,
Um,
the writing was
better than most
really
of the shows.
was exceptional.
I would put this up there with WandaVision and Loki season 1 and 2.
Correct.
That's
Yes.
where I would
Yeah, I
put
would put it up there with that too.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
They obviously, I know animation could do a lot more, but I'm just saying
But also the amount of
they
like
knew what they're doing.
things this like popped in randomly, things that were dropped into this episode
There's a lot of stuff.
that if you like, I had to rewatch it because there's a lot of things I missed the first time when I
You see
saw
Spider-Man?
reviews. I
Well,
saw Spider-Man and Peter Parker and
Mary Jane.
Mary Jane, which my first thought, which I watched one of the review guys and it said the same thing, was like, oh, so Mary Jane made it out of Madam Web's stuff at the end of the Spider-Man cartoon? Like, she was lost to time, basically. So she's like back now and it's okay? Like,
Oh, yeah, because didn't that
well,
end on
I
a
need that
cliffhanger?
I need that cartoon now, please.
Well, they
Yeah.
said they were going to do Spider-Man.
Yes.
They
It's on
have
the
to,
table.
right? Because
Yes.
didn't it end on a cliffhanger?
It did. It ended on Mary Jane being lost in like Madam Web's stuff or whatever.
I never watched any of that, so I have no idea.
But that was like the big thing. That was like the big climactic like cliffhanger ending of it. Like Mary Jane was lost, and
Maybe it's
the
not-
multiverse or something.
Well, I mean, we just saw multiple futures, so who knows?
Well, I mean, I
The
need
way
to
the
know
ending
I need
is.
to know what the reasoning for that is. Is that the same Spider-Man that we saw in the previous episode, or is there a different? Is that not Peter Parker Spider-Man? Is it a different Spider-Man?
I think it's the same one.
But I'm saying it could be different. Who knows?
I mean, the X-Men.
We saw Iron Man,
Yeah. Well, we
saw
Captain
T'Challa.
America.
Black Panther was in it.
Yeah. I mean, they're bringing them all in.
Doctor Strange was operating on somebody. It was like, what's going on here?
And the X-Men got split up into different future time periods.
3 different things.
Was it
the
3?
team that was left behind.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
The one that was launched into ancient Egypt, and the one that was launched into the future.
Yeah, and then they see their son,
Yes.
but he was still a kid.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
Young Nathan.
Yeah, I'm like, wait a minute, but I thought that was Cable was their son.
Yeah, but that's still later on. Cable's older
I
than
don't know
that.
what's going on.
Cable's from farther in the future.
I know this kid doesn't age.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm saying he was older.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. But it might not be that Nathan though. It might be a grandson.
Well,
Might be.
we also
Cable's
had the
son.
clone. So what if it's the clone?
It could be the clone.
Because the clone was pregnant. Technically, that was.
That was the
her.
clone was yes.
Yeah.
The clone had Nathan,
Right.
so he was born,
Oh, that's. Oh my god.
but he was launched into the future.
Yeah.
So it could be him, not
Before Cable.
as far as as long as he came
Right.
Cable, but
Yeah.
earlier on in his time in the future.
Dude, I don't know. It just blew the
And then
doors.
the other team runs into Apocalypse.
Yes, the apocalypse thing,
Yeah.
which I was like,
Up
oh
in
yeah.
Soar,
that's
I'm
apo-
like, what the heck?
And then do you think that well, obviously Gambit is going to come back because
gonna be
he had his
Death.
card. Is he going to be part of the apocalypse?
He's gonna be one of the 4 horsemen.
That's what
he'll
I
be
was
Death.
thinking. You think so?
Yes.
Yeah, I was thinking the same
I think that
thing.
makes sense. Most sense.
Yeah.
You know what I just realized? In that last Spider-Man episode, Stan Lee was in it too.
Yes. Yes. he
Because
was.
it was the Madam Web went into reality
Yeah.
to show that Spider-Man was a comic
Yes.
and a cartoon.
Meta,
Yes.
very meta.
Yes, very meta. Yeah. But yeah.
And
So
then,
it's
then they went
crazy.
to find MJ.
Yeah. And then Avengers Assemble was that whole that era of the Captain America and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's all drawn in that style and everything.
Dude, it's you know what I would equate it to?
It's
The
my
Spider-Verse.
Well, yes. And my first thought was, forget that other random stupid Spider-Man cartoon they wanted to do, freshman year or whatever it was.
Yeah, I don't know. if
Like
they're
I don't
doing
care
that.
about that. I want the cartoon Fox version of Spider-Man, like Spider-Man '97.
They are bringing it back.
I know, but
That's
I'm saying I
next.
don't want that. I don't want
think
this
it-
other stuff.
Was it 97 or 98?
I think
Whatever.
I think they're just going to call
98,
it 97,
whatever, but
98,
yeah.
whatever.
But also, What If's coming still, so we can get an episode of What If set in the X-Men '97 universe.
They can.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, they can
I'd
do
be
it.
into that.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
Because we got the end. We got the scene with Forge in front of the board that had all the missing and dead
Yeah.
characters on it. Wanda and Quicksilver are off-world. What are they doing?
What are they? What's going on there? Dude, it had a lot.
They had a lot.
I
There's
had
a lot
a
of
lot.
stuff in it.
And 40 minutes.
Yeah,
They did it.
And there was other characters on that board had things written on what they were. If you have to I've seen screenshots of people trying to decipher what each thing was saying, what was going on with each person. So, yeah, because Morph and Wolverine technically are somewhere. We don't know where they are because they were on the ship too.
Oh, well.
Because Wolverine was healing with Morph sitting next to him
Yeah. 'cause
on
he-
the X ship, X
Right.
plane.
yeah,
And
I,
so they didn't show where they are.
I feel like they're going to go Bone Claw with Wolverine.
Oh, yeah, assuming, yeah.
Yeah.
Till he gets his adamantium reattached or whatever.
Jesus. That was a crazy.
It's his metal back.
Yeah. His anti-name.
Yeah.
Blah, blah.
Yes.
But
But yeah, no, it was crazy. It is way better than it should have been.
it's going to be interesting because, the showrunner was fired. He did say he had a plan for season 2 and 3. I don't know who's taking over or what will happen if they're going to follow
Yeah.
that time.
We got all the writers and everything still, so
Yeah, I'm
showrunners doesn't really
yeah.
mean anything.
If they know, they know the outline.
Yes. Yeah. Showrunner just makes a schedule. Everyone else is in charge of everything else.
Well, it was his story.
Whatever. I'm sure they'll be fine.
Now, we have to remember, animation does take a long time, so I don't know when we'll be seeing season 2.
They're saying, I've heard rumors that could be, if they are done with production of season 2, they've done they're just doing the editing stuff and all that stuff, but all like the actual drawing and everything's done.
The animation, the recording.
They're actually in the process of, as they're wrapping up season 1, recording-wise, they're already greenlit for season 2, so they just went right into production of season 2. And I think they've already been recording season 2. So, and they've also been greenlit for season 3 already.
Yes.
So I think they're just going to keep churning it out. So they're saying possibly mid next year, possibly.
Hopefully. Because
End of
Invincible
this
took
year.
a while.
Well, because the other thing too is like they're saying it's like just because it like was really well received and everything doesn't mean they're going to move the schedule around.
Right.
Because they still have Daredevil next year.
Yes, Daredevil.
And they still have What If is coming out, and they're making a Nova show. I found out that they might be announcing at D23. It's rumored they're doing a Nova show.
Rumored.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I guess it's like very like in production. Like it's been people have leaked the information.
Interesting.
So there's gonna be a lot, and they're doing Ironheart next year as well. That's actually happening.
Probably the one show I could care less about.
Yeah,
I'm not into
Well,
I don't care. But Daredevil,
that's
I'm interested to see where that
that's
goes.
a young Avengers build is what they're doing that for.
They should have never shoehorned that into Black Panther 2. That's
Well,
the weakest part of the
Yeah,
movie.
well, because they were
is her.
planning to do Young Avengers,
I know.
so you need
So
Ironheart.
there are reports that potentially, with how well it's going, they could release season 2 this year.
Yeah, end of this year. I heard. I didn't want to say that. I wasn't gonna
No, I know, but
get Brian's hopes up, but I did hear that rumor too that there's a possibility that they could rush it and get it out by end of this year.
Yeah, but I don't want them to rush it. I want them to take their time.
Not rush
it wouldn't
but
even
just
be
like
a rush. It would be
just
because
speed
like
up the
Mark
release
said,
of it.
Gotcha.
they
gotcha.
went straight into it.
Yeah, like they've already been recording.
so
and
they
everything.
could just go straight into.
Yeah, finalizing and just getting it out.
That'd be cool. I bet you we'll see it next year, though, because they've already said, I know it's not part of the MCU, so it's kind of different, but...
And also, they didn't do as many as they used to do when they
yeah.
were on Fox. They used to do way
20,
more.
like 20 episodes.
And they do more than that. Like I think it was like 30.
I think it was
almost,
it was around like 30.
It's almost 30 episodes each
Yeah, but
year.
in today's
So
day and age...
nowadays, stuff goes a lot quicker than it did back then.
Yeah.
You have to like hand paint everything.
Well, yeah, that was the other thing I was going to say is with animation style, they do, even though it's like animation, they
Yeah.
can do it with computers
Well, it's
and
still on the
stuff.
computer.
Yeah.
It's
So
still
it's
on the
like-
computer.
I mean, just
So
have the
it
AI do
carries
it. I mean,
the
what's the big
load.
deal?
No, you don't do heavy. Not like the people on
And
our,
Rocky won't get mad if I say that at all.
not people on our D&D chat
Yeah.
using AI to make
Yeah, making characters.
Oh, they're just stolen
Yes.
art things from other people.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
That's all it is.
Um
I mean, it's like we're like using it for anything besides John just showing it on his little projector screen. So,
yeah, exactly. It's harmless.
yeah,
That's what they say now.
that's what they say now until they take over the world.
Um
That's what they said in Terminator, and look what happened there.
I know. It's so funny.
It's just harmless.
we
It's no
thought
big deal.
we thought the machines were gonna come and kill us, but really just
We're gonna kill
bad
ourselves.
AI art is just destroying.
It's gonna be social
You're
media,
killed by laziness.
Yep, killed by laziness.
just like Wally.
Yep.
Wally was right.
Wally. That's such a great cartoon.
It is a great.
Okay. Let's give our review.
Well, do you want to
X-Men,
go over? Oh, X-Men. Okay.
We have to do.
All right. I thought you were transitioning.
Well, no. Our overall, I'll let you go first, Marcus.
All right. This is TV now, not film, so it's different scale.
Yeah, yeah.
But I'm still giving it a 10.
Wow.
It literally is.
You're handing out 10s like candy this year.
Everything's been great. Name one bad thing that's been out that we've talked about.
Well, I'm not. Like,
It's literally been like we've literally had probably 3 of the best television shows in a long time all happen at the same
I'm
time,
not
basically.
criticizing that. I'm just saying this is like
Yeah.
a first for you.
Yeah.
I'm saying in years past,
Well, because stuff sucked. Stuff wasn't as good.
stuff sucked.
It's not. I can't control that they're making better television.
Last year,
I'm happy of it. I'm happy for it.
you only handed out 110.
Well, there's only one thing that was worth it, and what was that?
The Last of Us.
Exactly.
Okay.
You come
I
at-
think
when you-
I think more things are taking their time.
Yeah, or they're just doing a better job of writing.
Well, we also had, we had the strikes and whatnot.
Yeah.
So we're getting more.
Yeah,
All right, you're giving it a 10.
I am.
Any final thoughts?
It's probably, like we said, one of the best Marvel shows we've ever seen. It's up there with WandaVision and Loki season 1 and 2.
I agree.
I don't think there's anything else to say besides that. And it was way better than it should have been because it was a really not good cartoon towards the end.
Yeah, the animation was bad. The writing was bad.
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's a kid's cartoon.
It got hokey.
Yes.
But it's crazy because you went from a kid's cartoon on Fox in like the afternoon, like to now being like an adult show, basically.
Sort of. I mean, it's
Like an
still
adult
teens
cartoon.
can watch
But
it.
like there's
Yeah.
blood
Yeah.
and there's like
More
stuff that you
adult
wouldn't let
themes.
kids. They wouldn't be Y7 as it used to be
Yeah.
back in the day.
I agree with that. Yeah.
What are you giving it, Brian?
Okay, for me, I'm going to give it a 9.
Wow.
A 9's not bad either.
Wow.
8, 9, 10 are really
All right,
good.
Sure.
I'm giving it a 9.
Give it a bad score. See what
It's
I care.
not a bad score. What world is a 9 a bad score?
Oh my God.
What? What's
What are
with
we
the
talking about
nines?
here?
The reason I'm giving
Why
it a
are
9.
we doing this to ourselves?
The reason I'm giving it a 9 is it is a show that
Killed Gambit.
I'm
Yes,
a big
I
fan
knew
of
that's what
Gambit.
you
Big fan
I
of
knew it
Gambit.
was.
Yeah, killed
I
Gambit.
knew it lost the point because it killed Gambit.
My favorite episode was the episode when they went in the arcade. Loved it.
Yes.
I wasn't. My least favorite episode was when
They killed Gambit.
When they killed Gambit. No, they killed Gambit, but then they took us on this other journey, and
The Roy Over episode.
it wasn't my favorite.
Yeah, it wasn't the
It
greatest.
wasn't the greatest.
But you had to build that character.
You're absolutely right.
Yes.
You're absolutely right. It paid off.
Yes.
Everything I didn't like, those 2 episodes that weren't my favorite, paid off in the end.
Yes.
You're absolutely right. I think the show delivered. I think the ending delivered. Here is a 9 is not a bad score by any stretch of the imagination. The reason
It's not a 10.
I give it a 9 is it is weird. I would watch it and say, that was great. But then I would just forget about it and then be like, oh, yeah. X-Men. It wasn't a show I was looking forward to, but when I watched it,
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But it took a lot for me to be like, oh, yeah, that X-Men show. You reminded me or someone reminded me, and I'm like, oh, I got to watch it. So it's a 9 for me.
Yeah.
9 is not bad.
No, I didn't say it was.
Yeah. It definitely is in the top tier. WandaVision, Loki season 1, Loki season 2.
Yeah.
I agree. And for me, here's the X-Men cartoon was something I watched in the beginning. I really didn't watch it near the end. Also, cartoons like this, it's hard for me to get into. You watch them a lot because of Star Wars has a lot of this stuff.
Yes.
So for me, this was hard to get into, but once I was into it, I enjoyed it.
Yes.
So there's why I give it a 9. It wasn't something I was like, man, I can't wait till next week. It was just like, that was great. And then I'd forget.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, yeah, I got to watch X-Men.
Yes.
And
I
it's a me thing, not the
I will,
show.
I will tell you, I got that way with the last season of Bad Batch, where I was like, oh, yeah, I got to watch that because I just want to see how it ends.
Right.
But then it's like, ugh, it started to really drag towards the end. It got tough.
But see, this never dragged.
No,
I enjoyed it.
I'm just saying, I understand what you're saying.
You know what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like, it's maybe season 2, I will be like, because it does end in such a way that I'm really interested in season 2.
Yes.
Like, so this is a genre, no matter what it is, it's hard for me to get into. I don't know why.
You like cartoons.
I love cartoons, but it's just really hard. Like,
You
it
like
just,
stupid cartoons.
yes, I do.
Yes.
I watch Bob's Burgers,
Yes.
Family Guy, American
like the
Dad.
dumb ones.
I like comedy.
You like the non-thinking cartoons.
I want the chuckles.
You don't like the seriousness.
I like the chuckles.
Yeah.
Now, if this was Batman the Animated Series, might be a different story because
Yes.
I'm really into that.
Yes.
And I am excited to hear them coming back with whatever they're going to do.
I know. That's oh,
So
jeez.
I'm very excited because that Batman the Animated Series, that's when I would tape those. I love those. They're very
Yeah.
adult, even for kids. They
Yeah.
were very like.
I'm so bummed I didn't
Serious.
finish it on the Max before they
Is
took
it
it
off the Max?
Yeah, they didn't finish it. I didn't get a chance to finish rewatching it.
Man, I just buy the box set. That's what I got.
Yeah, it's too much like work.
Anyway, 9.
'Cause I heard they're doing that and they're the Superman one possibly as well.
See, I don't really care for Superman.
Well,
one.
because they're going to integrate it in, and then they're going to do Justice League cartoon,
you know what?
which is like another thing that like branched out into like a huge. There's like a whole world of those movies.
Oh, the DC cartoon universe.
Yeah, the Justice
I
League
watch all
things
the
and all that.
I watch all the Batman.
The Batman
and
ones,
stuff.
yeah, but like that, I don't know.
I'm not a big Superman.
I don't know
guy.
how like. I'm like excited for the Batman show, but then I'm also not excited like how they're gonna replace the voice guy.
Kevin Conroy.
Yeah,
I know the big loss.
because that's gonna be a tough.
There have been other Batman during his time. As
Oh,
well.
I know, but I
Batman
mean,
like,
Beyond.
Batman
off.
animated series.
Oh, I know.
if
I
you
don't know
can
how they're gonna do that, but,
animated
like-
series without him though. That's like
Yeah, but Batman Beyond, it was a different guy, and
Yeah.
Conroy played the
Will
old
Friedle
Batman.
did like Batman Beyond Batman.
Right.
Yeah,
So I don't know what version.
And
I
then,
think
like-
it's Batman Beyond. What are they doing? Are they doing Batman Beyond?
no animated series. I heard.
See, it got canceled when Warner Brothers and Discovery.
Yeah.
They canceled, but I heard something
I
else.
heard like
was
James
happening.
Gunn was talking about bringing it back.
Yeah,
thought,
I
but
hope
don't
so.
know.
All right,
We'll see.
we should move on because we're
We
gonna
should.
run out of time.
We are.
We
It is
have
the. It's now time for the Geekonomics Wrestling Challenge. Queen and King of the Ring, or however you want to call it, King and Queen of the Ring,
King of the Ring, baby.
at Jeddah, Saudi Arabia,
Very excited for this.
this Saturday at 1 p.m. on the East Coast,
We
which
live.
Claire still gets very confused about.
It's at one. Yeah, we live in parallel lives. You know why?
Okay.
Your anniversary, beginning of the month,
Yes.
first Saturday of the month,
Was Backlash.
Backlash.
Yes.
Then the following weekend was your sister-in-law's birthday.
Yes.
And then this past weekend was my brother's birthday.
Yes.
And then my anniversary is the last Saturday of the month.
Yes.
And King of the Ring is on that day.
Okay, I don't know if that's parallel universes.
It's like
just
weird.
the same universe.
You know, it's
'cause-
like mirrored universe.
I mean,
Isn't it weird?
if your sister-in-law's birthday was next weekend, that'd be more parallel.
I'm just saying.
I understand what
You
you're
know what
saying.
I'm
but
saying?
Yeah, it's a stretch, but I'll let it go. I'll let it
give you-
go.
I get it's a little stretch.
A little
Not
bit of
by
a stretch.
much.
Not a huge stretch.
It's still relative's
It's like
birthday.
stretching a single to a double, not a single to a triple. That'd be really stretching.
I wouldn't really.
You don't
I'm
want to
just
go to
saying
that. That's just craziness.
It's a relative's birthday.
It's a
That's all I'm
relative's.
getting
Yeah,
at.
yeah.
I'm just saying, isn't that weird?
It's weird that you have made that correlation and you felt like bringing it up on the show. But besides that, it's
Screw
totally fine.
you. Jeez. I just thought it was interesting fun facts. I texted you like, oh, fun fact, Brian.
Fun fact, Brian. Nice, cool, neat.
I knew you just didn't care. And I'm like, oh my God, tell Mark this stupid
Yeah.
stuff. I told
I
Allison
mentioned it to Claire too, and she's like, "Cool." I'm like, "Yeah, that's what I said."
I told Allison, she's like, oh, that's interesting, Brian. Walked away slowly.
Back to the other room, so I should turn her back to you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She's like Homer Simpson in the
yeah.
bush.
That's I was doing that, but through text, basically. Just, yeah,
She walked into the kitchen and I had
That's like-
pictures
that's
and
like-
like string.
like a murder board.
So,
a
look
murder
at
board.
this.
I got all this stuff going on. It's like one of those where you just kind of like you have
Yeah.
like your drink in here and just go, "Yeah,
Yeah,
cool."
pretty much.
I gotta get to meeting.
Yeah.
Kermit the Frog drinking tea.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes. Yes.
Well, they're
yes.
definitely one of those.
So anyway, we got to do King of the Ring. Now,
yes.
the brackets are going to finish this week. So
Yes.
we're
They
going to
start tonight. The
and then Friday.
semifinals tonight for Raw.
Yeah.
Then the semifinals on Friday for SmackDown. So
We're
what we're
predicting
doing
those.
is, I know there's been discussion amongst the group here
Yeah.
of how we're going to do these points. So what we're going to do is, we're going to pick each semifinal
Yes.
as a 1 point.
Yes.
If you get it, that's just regular matches. Then we're going to do the actual matches that have been announced.
Which is 2 points.
Those will be 2 points. And then if you pick the correct queen and king together, you get a whopping 5 points.
But are they 2 points each? Because they're, you know what
So
I'm saying?
if you get just one,
That's 2 points.
it's just 2 points.
But we're getting bonus.
So if you get both together,
we're getting a bonus 5.
you get an extra point on top of that. So if you pick the queen
gotcha.
right and you pick the king right,
You got 4 points.
that's 4 points
so
technically.
you're saying a bonus point
But
of
you're getting
one.
a bonus point if you get both of them correct
Of 1.
of 1.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So if you just got the queen right, but you got missed the king, then you only get 2 points.
Gotcha.
So tonight, on the men's side of things, in the men's bracket, we got Gunta, the ring general, up against main event Jey Uso. Who do you got, Brian?
I told you I'm going to do my best not to say this is going to be a good match. This is my first and only. This is going to be an
Oh, that's
amazing match.
so not true. We're gonna start having a challenge where people can like drink every time Brian says, "This is gonna be a great match." Not every match can be a great match, Brian.
It's going to be amazing.
It's gonna be amazing. I'm so excited for this one.
Career defining.
Shut up. I'm not going to say
Hall of
that.
Fame making.
Okay.
Straight to the Hall of Fame.
It's interesting. Jey Uso is on a freaking spree. I think after seeing him in France, that reception was amazing.
In your pants.
In your pants. I just feel like Jey Uso, if we're not going to give him a belt, give him King of the Ring would be awesome. I don't know if it's going to happen. Him up against Gunther is a tough one because Gunther is like a freaking wall.
The ring general.
Yeah.
Yes. You make a pick, or you're just gonna keep talking until you come up with an idea?
Here is my pick. I'm going to say, oh my god.
2 hours later.
Shut up. It's going to be Jay. I'm giving it to
Ah.
Jay.
Main event, Jey Uso.
It's for tonight.
Josh, who you got?
I'm going to pick a surprise guess. I'm going to think Ricky Stenhouse is going to run in.
Punch in the face. Brian doesn't get this reference.
That was...
One
No,
of the
I talked
NASCAR
to him about it
drivers
beforehand.
over the weekend.
Oh, he showed me the footage.
Yeah.
As I'm trying to buy tickets, he's
Yeah.
like, and watch this angle.
Watch this angle. Watch this one.
It was insane. Come
Watch
on.
this little guy come up and
It
punch
It
him.
reminded me a lot of Friday nights at Stafford.
Yeah, especially with all the cameras around too. It's even more annoying. It's
I
like,
know that.
like amazing.
But
The funny thing is, I watched that, and my first thought was, "Well, there goes Ricky Stenhouse's career out the window."
Yep.
It's nice knowing him.
But no, I think Jay would. It is tough because
I
you
don't like
think
my last name
Gunther,
on this,
but I think it's
by
going
the
to be. I think it's going to be Jay. Where'd you put your last name?
I put my last name on it. I was like,
What's
yes,
the elementary school?
Mark Warnock, because people need to know my
Did you
last
spell
name.
it right? Get an
Yes.
extra point
I
for
did.
For
spelled it right?
WrestleMania, I put K. And Mark's like,
I know who you are. I know who you are.
And then he writes his own last name.
Because I was just doing work stuff, and I just wrote my full name on it.
All right.
Well, yeah, Jay.
Jey Uso. Okay. Get ready to get the brooms out, boys. I'm also picking Jey Uso, but I have reasons which I'll tell you about in a little bit.
Well, I have reasons too.
All right, so now we're gonna go to the women's side of the Raw bracket.
Oh, we're jumping. Okay.
Yes, because we're on Raw tonight.
You're right,
Tonight,
you're right,
yeah.
you're right.
Stick with the
I gotcha.
the day of the week.
I gotcha.
So in the women's Raw semifinal, we have the upstart from NXT,
Yeah, she's great.
Lyra Valkyria,
Yeah.
and Io Sky. He's gonna say
It's another great one.
I need to just get a button so when
Just get a
Brian,
button, just-
every time Brian
great
predicts,
match.
just
It's gonna be a great match.
It's
It's gonna be a
I'm
great
gonna get a
match.
shirt. It's
It's gonna be a great
gonna
match.
be a great match.
We're gonna make our first shirt. It's gonna be the first
gonna be-
Geekonomics shirt.
It's gonna be.
It's gonna be a great match.
You want me to tell you why it's gonna be a
just-
great
just put
match?
a ring on the front of the shirt and just say it's gonna be a great match in the middle of the.
who's
ring.
wrestling? Doesn't matter. It's gonna be a great match.
Doesn't matter. It's gonna be a great match. I don't know who it is, but it's gonna be a great match.
Yeah.
Lyra Valkyria versus Io Sky. Who you got, Brian?
Man, she is making a splash in on Raw.
Yes, Lyra.
also-
You're talking about.
Yeah, she's making a splash. She's new.
The Scottish Wonderkind, as I call her.
She has like helped out Becky Lynch a couple times.
Well, yes, because
I like her fighting style. It's very. She reminds me very much of like God of War is very like video gamey because
Okay.
she does all these weird like things.
Sure.
Very video gamey. But is she too much of a babyface to go any further than this? That is the big question. Because would they put someone so new on a pedestal like this? Anything can happen. Sky is kind of crazy, and I almost feel like Io Sky up against Nia Jax would be interesting, but that's not going to happen, I don't think. I'm going to give this to Sky just because, but at the same...
3 hours later.
All right. Valkyria? Is that
Lyra Valkyria.
Lyra Valkyria? Is it Valkyria?
Valkyria.
I want to call her Valkyrie. That's what I want to call
That's
her.
what it's based off of, Brian.
But it's
Yeah.
Valkyria.
Valkyria. I'm going to... You know what? I'm going to give it to her.
Okay. Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Josh, please.
Lyra. I think she's going to win.
Lyra.
Wow, look at that.
Lyra.
I'm really trying to get points here, but I don't want to keep getting the same things you guys pick.
Go for the points. Don't worry about it.
Because I don't think...
Just go with your gut.
I'm going to go Io Sky.
Yeah, man. This is a tough one. That is a real tough one.
All right. Now going to the men's SmackDown bracket, we have the Viper, Randy Orton, up against Toma Tonga of
Now,
the Bloodline.
What we just saw at SmackDown
Yes.
was... I was disgusted about all the water coming out of Randy Orton's mouth as he was speaking into the mic. As I said, throw that mic away.
Yes. That's why they put the thing on it.
Did you see
You
that
take the thing
massive
off and just throw it
amount of just like... It was like
Well,
an
yeah,
ocean
because it
coming
just
out of
happened
his
to
mouth.
like, get right after. I don't know why they do that. That's like my least
so
favorite
gross.
thing ever, is interviewing someone like right after their match. It's like,
No, he was yelling. Remember?
I know,
he was
but
yelling.
even still, it's just like, why do you do these things to these guys? You
It
set
was-
them up for failure.
It was awesome. Tama Tonga comes up to introduce himself, and then
I
Randy
don't think he's
Orton.
introducing himself.
Randy
He's
Orton
just
goes,
trying to
"You
fight
don't
him."
need to introduce yourself
Yeah,
to me."
I know who you are.
And dude, Randy,
I watch television.
Randy Orton is the man. I like him a lot. He's definitely one of my favorites.
But is this going to be a good match?
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a good match. Bet you, it's gonna be a good
Bet
one.
your butt it's going to be a
Oh
good
my
match.
god, this.
This is going to be a barn burner.
You want me to go first
Slobber
again?
knocker.
Yes, because we want to get you out of the way first because we want to be here for a next millennia because we had you go last.
You know what? As
You
much
take
as
forever.
I like Randy Orton, I feel like the story is going to be very interesting if Tama Tonga versus Jey Uso. I think that's going to be
Yes.
the final outcome.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give it to Tama, even though I love you, Randy Orton. You are the man.
Yes.
Is it RKO?
It is RKO.
RKO. The three most dangerous
Randy
letters.
Keith Orton. That's
the
his,
three
that's
most
his-
dangerous letters in wrestling.
Yes.
RKO.
Randy Keith Orton.
Is that
that's
it?
how he got the RKO.
Love it.
And also because it KOs people. But
Yes, I
it was Randy Knockout.
Yes,
It
I
also
know.
works out that his middle initial is also K.
I didn't
So,
know that. Now
yeah,
I know. Okay.
yeah.
Fun fact.
Yeah. All right, Josh, who you got?
Storyline, Tama.
Yes, I agree. Tama Tonga. Clean sweep again. All right, moving on to the women's side. Bianca Belair against the unstoppable Nia Jax. Bianca's coming in as the underdog. Bad wheel.
Yeah.
You got the knee. It's gonna be a great match. What do you think, Brian?
Okay, if I am going with Lyra, she's not gonna go up against Belair. I think Nia Jax is on a roll right now. I'm gonna have to say, as much as I hate to say it, I feel like Nia Jax is moving on.
All right. All right, Josh, who you got?
This was tough, but I'm just gonna go with Bianca. I think it just makes more sense. Yeah, I understand Nia is unstoppable, but I really don't just
See, I picked Io because I think Bianca's going to win. Because I think they're going to wrap up the Bianca damage control storyline with this.
Yeah,
And I
you're right.
think after last week's Jade Nia issue, that they're going to have Jade come out and distract Nia, which costs her the win on Friday.
Yes.
Which then sets up a feud between Nia
and Jade.
Jade,
Yeah.
which then expands upon that to Nia then wanting to go after the tag team championships and her bringing back somebody to help her win that tag team championship,
Interesting.
to which I believe might be Alexa Bliss.
Interesting.
So I'm thinking it's all long-term storytelling.
I like the way you're
Makes
thinking.
sense.
Yeah. So I think they're going storyline wise. You have to do it that way, where Bianca and Io and Jay and Tamatonga
Another
are better
revenge tour.
stories, or better stories than Randy versus Gunther or something like that.
Gotcha. I totally agree with you.
Yes. I think there might be shenanigans tonight with Gunther too, because that way.
Oh, there's always shenanigans.
Yeah. All right. Intercontinental Championship. There are only 3 other matches announced for this so far, so that's why we're going to do these 3.
Yeah.
There might be more that get announced tonight and some that get announced on Friday, but
I
we
think
won't
this
have
is going to
those.
be it.
But who knows?
Not a
Because
big
They've been
show.
keeping them low.
think about there'll only be 5 matches.
And
so
that's
yeah.
how much was that Backlash?
That was at Backlash. So
Yeah.
maybe this is what they're doing.
Yeah.
Do you think they might throw in a battle royal just to say the hell with it, or
They might, or they might throw in. There might be like a tag team match or something.
Oh, isn't the tag team up? Didn't they whatchamacallit? The people can't think of their names.
Creed Brothers.
Yeah, they have the belts on SmackDown. Didn't we just witnessed
A-Town Down Under?
DIY win?
Yeah, DIY, but that might be on SmackDown on Friday. That might not be on the actual show.
Gotcha.
So that's why
All right.
I didn't throw it on here, and it's not announced on the website, so I didn't do that.
Then you're fine.
Yeah.
We go with what we got.
Intercontinental Championship. The champion, Sami Zayn, up against Chad Gable and Bronson Reed.
I know. Oh,
Big Bronson Reed, as they call him in the biz.
okay. I look at Sami Zayn, which I call he's the Jumanji Robin Williams of WWE. He reminds me of Robin Williams.
Reminds me more of the
Jumanji.
captain from Jumanji than actual Robert Williams
maybe.
from Jumanji.
Um,
Given that head, looks just like the guy.
he still plays himself as the underdog.
Yes,
And-
even though he's a champion, which makes no sense.
But you get that he's still got
Yes.
the underdog
Yes,
feel
yes.
to him. Chad Gable, that storyline's crazy.
Yes.
We know he turned on him. This is big. Bronson Reed's been pulled into this whole shenanigans.
Yes.
Does Sami Zayn lose the championship at this show? Does Chad Gable, does this further the storyline with Chad Gable being like this heel?
Yeah.
This is a real tough one because the storyline continues with Chad Gable, especially because he was giving his teammates the business
Yeah.
before the
Yeah. Put him up against in matches against each guy,
Yeah, he's
and
like
both of them lost.
he's giving them the business. He's
Yeah.
kind of like the little not Darth Vader, but he's like
He's like
Napoleon.
He's like
little Napoleon.
more like Rick Moranis from
yes,
Spaceballs.
yes.
Darth Helmet. Then he is Darth Vader.
But Bronson Reed could win this, right?
He could. Any of these 3 guys technically could win the match because they're in it.
And it's for the belt.
It is for the belt. Hence why it's the Intercontinental Championship match.
Oh, I didn't see that part.
But the real question, Brian, this can be a good match.
It's gonna be a good match.
All right.
It's gonna be a good one.
There we go.
Dude, I'm having trouble with this one. I really am. Not all the good guys can win. And if Chad Gable, what if Bronson Reed?
4 hours later?
Oh my God, why do I have to go first?
Because we know you're going to take forever. So we have you go first so we can get out of the way. Because if we had to go last, you'd take forever and people would turn the TV off or switch the channels.
Turn the TV up. All right, I want to say
Because Josh and I will be done in a second, where you'll take a day. So this way we get it done quicker.
I'm writing
And we can tell you to move it
Chad
along.
Gable.
Chad Gable. All right. Who you got, Josh?
Like Brian said, yeah, go either way. I just think, why take it off of Sammy? Still seems too early to take the belt off of him, unless you want to do something crazy. So Sammy.
Yeah, that's
So you keep it on Sammy?
Yeah,
All right.
Sammy win.
that's where I say two, but
I agree.
don't
I'm
know.
keeping it on Sammy as well.
Okay. I might totally.
Might talk
Bomb
yourself
out
out of
on that
yourself
one.
on this one.
Yeah.
All right. Next match that's been announced so far, the Women's World Championship. Champion Becky Lynch, your favorite, up against Liv Morgan. Who you got, Josh? See, Cougar Ball.
Thank
You made something I made you think about. Don't be looking up stuff now.
I know. I was
Well,
closing IGN.
I still think it's too early to give it to Liv, so it stays on Becky.
All right. Brian, who you got?
It's gonna stay on Becky. Liv Morgan's going to put up a good fight because this is like the revenge tour.
That's what her T-shirt says.
Be a good match.
It's going to be a fantastic match with these two.
It's only because Becky's in it. That's why I think it's a fantastic match.
It's going to be a fantastic match. But
Yeah.
Becky's going to keep it. I feel like we might get some surprises during this one, though.
Okay.
Just saying.
I can't stand Liv Morgan's character. I think it's annoying. I'm over it. I think the only reason why she's actually involved in this match is because
Rhea's out.
Rhea's got hurt.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't know what to do, so they're putting Liv into things that she shouldn't be in.
They went from Liv at the bottom of the barrel
Including
Yes.
right to
Judgment
the
Day.
top.
Right to the top.
Right to
And
the
now I
top.
think it's like they're paying the price for this because it's like we don't know what to do with her, and her
Well, like,
character
'cause they-
is kind of annoying, and we don't know how to like end this
But
because
she's a
you
good
can't.
heel.
No, not really. She's like a tweener. She's
Well,
like
the other problem is they started the whole Judgment Day thing, and they're still doing it, even though there's no reason to do it.
Yeah, and it's just kind of like the whole thing with her thing, and the reason why she's even involved in 90% of the things is like internet communities trying to like make her Cody, and like trying to like
Or
we want
Zack
Liv.
Ryder.
Yeah, but trying to like make her the we want Liv kind of thing, but
Yeah.
most people don't really want Liv. Not that she's a bad person or anything, and it's just
Right.
her character right now is just kind of like aimless. Doesn't really have the direction because it was supposed to be Rhea that she was supposed to be doing this to,
totally.
and not
Yeah. There is no
Becky.
revenge when the person.
So
who
it's just
you want
like her
revenge
being
from-
like petty towards Becky, and it's just doesn't come off great for her character.
I agree with you.
So I just want it to be over with, and I want them to do something else with Becky, and hopefully put her in against somebody like that makes sense.
Right.
Because Liv's character was like a baby face that's now a heel, but isn't really a heel. It's just she doesn't do well with a tweener. She doesn't have a direction, and she's not good with that. So, yeah, Becky.
Gotcha.
WWE Universal Championship. Champion Cody Rhodes against your number one favorite, Logan Paul.
The funny thing is, Josh and me were just talking about Logan Paul, and I have to say the contract signing was one of the most entertaining contract signings I've seen in the last year and a half I've been watching. I was entertained by that.
Yes.
I don't like Logan Paul, but he does know what he's doing.
Yes.
They took off his belt, so the only one belt's up for this. It's not
You're
up for the
correct.
world.
Yes.
The
U.S. Championship
U.S.
is
champ,
not up.
which is what we talked
As
about
of right
last week.
now.
Well, the contract has been signed.
Yes.
Cody, what? It was like Cody talking to a small child going, fine, you want it your way?
Yeah.
I'll give it to you.
Yeah.
That's what it reminded me of, like
Yes.
giving a 5-year-old
Yeah.
their way. I think this is going to be very entertaining. I think the Knucks might come out. I think there might be some prizes. But obviously, Cody Rhodes, there's no way in God's green earth Cody Rhodes loses to Logan Paul.
I hope not.
I think his brother, I think this is basically putting them both in a pedestal. You have his brother fighting Tyson
Yeah.
on the 8th,
Yes.
right? Something like that.
I guess so.
Very soon.
Yeah.
And then
I thought it was in July, but now I guess
no,
it's
it's
in
June. It's in June.
I could have sworn it was in July originally, but we might have moved it up.
Then you have now him taking on Cody Rhodes. So I think this is just the Paul brothers yet again trying to
Throwing their weight around.
outdo each other.
Yeah.
Cody Rhodes all the way.
Okay. Who you got, Josh?
Cody.
Yeah. I'm hoping that this somehow is their way of writing Logan Paul off the show.
But he's keeping his belt, so they're
No,
not.
I'm hoping they just take it off him and just give it to somebody else. I don't care who they give it to. They can give it to the guy who cleans the floors for all I care.
He's not going anywhere. He's not going anywhere.
I
But
literally think that the whole Logan Paul experiment in WWE has run its course. And I think that it's now getting insulting to the fan base
I wouldn't say it's that
that
bad.
this Jamoke is still in the show and is not doing anything with his belt. And I think like that era of champion
He's
is
just-
over with now.
he's
Well,
just
I almost wonder if they're making it into a joke now because
No,
of...
I think it's just I think this is the last vestige of a previous regime
Right, no, that's what I mean.
that they're stuck with, and now they are trying to figure out a way to play nice with him because he's also a sponsor.
Let's not overthink it. Let's not overthink
No,
it.
I'm not saying he's going to win the belt or anything. But I think that the U.S. championship, and now I think they're trying to figure out a way to get him off of it.
Who could go up
LA
against
Knight.
him? Yeah. Yeah, LA Knight.
That's gonna be the SummerSlam match.
That would
They
be
hinted at that on
Or
Friday.
even Jay would
no,
be.
Jay's
No, I'm just
on
saying.
Raw. But LA Knight's gonna win the U.S.
You're
Championship
right.
at SummerSlam.
Didn't they have a little thing?
They met in the hallway.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
They're setting up that for
LA Knight. He's
LA
awesome.
Knight is U.S. champion.
He would be perfect.
Well, it's like I was saying to Brian earlier. It almost feels like they're stuck.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And
So that's why they're
trying to find a way to write themselves out
Yes.
of a sticky
And a lot of
situation.
people are injured, like you said, Josh. We talked
a lot of people
before.
are injured,
A lot of people
and
are
just-
injured.
you got to work with who you got, and who you got is LA Knight, and who you don't need is Logan Paul.
I agree. All right, let's move on.
So here's the bonus situation.
Yeah.
So
I got
with the
questions.
bonuses,
Mark, did you say Cody would win?
yes,
Or-
I did. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Obviously, you have to pick
Both.
your Queen of the Ring. Has to be from the people you pick to win the semifinal matches.
That's what I was going to ask you.
yes.
Could
you
we
can't
just
pick a random person.
We can't pick anybody.
that
It has
you
to be
didn't.
out
It has
of
to be
our...
one of the ones you've already picked.
Gotcha.
That's how you get the bonus. Because
So that's how you get the bonus. You can't like pick someone that you didn't pick
I
earlier
gotcha. Okay.
and then get points that
Okay.
way.
That makes sense.
So
Makes sense.
off of your picks, Brian, you picked Lyra Valkyria and Nia Jax, correct?
Yeah.
So
Even
which
though
of those?
I regret this.
Well,
pick.
you've already made them. So out of those, who you think is going to be the Queen of the Ring?
You know, because I know the good guys can't always win, and she's a very new baby face, but I think having her just up against Nia Jax would be pretty good for her career. Nia Jax getting it for Queen, honestly, she's on a tear. I'm going to give it to Nia Jax.
All right. All right. And Josh, you picked
I
Lyra
picked Lyra and Bianca.
and Bianca.
And I
Tough
don't
one.
want to, but I still think it would be better with Lyra. Just pushing a young talent to be, this is a way to not give her a belt, but give her a belt, just
Yeah.
to bring up a new talent.
That's my thought a little bit, too. Yeah. But I don't know if it's too soon.
All right.
That's one advantage of the King and Queen of the Ring is
Right.
it's not a belt, but you're still pushing
Yes.
somebody.
No, I agree.
Yes.
Yeah, totally.
So I had picked Io and Bianca. I am going to say, like you've been saying from the beginning of this, everyone keeps saying this. This is a way to give someone a belt without giving them a belt. This is how you give Io something, since she's not involved in the championship scenario right now, because that's in a holding pattern with Becky and all that. So you give it to Io to further the damage control characters and give them something to use to promote themselves.
Interesting.
So I'm saying Io because Bianca's going to be too hurt coming off of Friday night, and then the next day she has to do the next thing, so it's going to be too much for her.
Wow, so we all have 3 different answers.
So I'm
here.
seeing
Yeah.
Io Sky.
That's good. I like it.
But that's the one nice thing about the King and Queen of the Ring is you can do stuff like this, and
Yeah.
it does help with story without giving them a belt.
Yeah.
Right.
You know,
Totally.
That's why I
agree.
think it would be cool for Lyra.
Yeah.
You know,
I agree.
So now on the King
I-
of the Ring is a whole different story. We've all have basically the same picks, correct? You picked
I have Jay.
Jay and Tomatunga.
Mm-hmm.
Josh did the same.
yeah.
I did the same.
Mm-hmm.
So, Brian, who do you think's going to win?
I've been saying this for weeks now. Jay's on fire. You're not going to give him a belt. The audience loves him. After France, one of the best entrances of the night, period. I think if Jay wins this, the roof will pop off this place. I don't know if it's indoor or outdoor, but
It's gonna be a great match.
it's going to be great.
It's going to be a great match.
I think you have to give it to Jay
Okay.
because I feel like this would be like one of those big moments of the night.
Yeah. Okay.
That's for me. But you're not going to give him a belt. You got to give him something.
All right. Okay. Josh, who do you think's going to win?
I want this for story and other things, but I want Jay to win, and then the Fireflies come out, and then
Yes, that's what I want too.
the Six come out.
Okay. So you're saying Jay?
Yeah, Jay.
All right. Camera's on me. Tomatunga is going to win King of the Ring.
You think so?
We don't need another head of a bloodline.
He's not going to be the head of the bloodline. He's going to win it. He's going to give the crown to Solo Sikoa. And name Solo Sikoa the King of the Ring.
Well, he's not technically.
And this is going to launch Bloodline Civil War.
Yeah. I was thinking that too, but...
This is going to bring Jay to want to come back and get Jimmy.
Who disappeared?
He's injured.
Okay.
So he's going to bring him back. And then you have Jimmy and Jay going up against the new Bloodline. Which then we will find out Solo has not been talking to Roman Reigns.
We know that. We know he has.
Oh, yeah.
And Roman Reigns is going to come back as a babyface, team with the Usos, and you have original Bloodline against new Bloodline
Interesting.
at SummerSlam.
Red and black versus blue and white.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yep. So Tamatonga.
Because honestly, that would work just for the fact that if you notice, Roman was blue for the longest time.
Yes.
The Usos were blue for the longest time.
Yeah, well, they were on SmackDown,
and
so
then,
that was their shtick.
but you know what I mean? It also...
But this could all go away if tonight Gunther wins. So
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It does.
this could all ruin everything for everybody.
Yeah. I think this is going to be... I have to tell you, I love the bracket system. I've really been into the brackets every week.
Yeah.
It's made watching this like there's a purpose. I kind of like it.
You
It's
would
a lot of
love,
fun.
if you like brackets
Big bracket guy.
and you like wrestling, I know it's a little bit of a reach, but you might want to invest your time into looking into New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Oh, yeah. They do all brackets.
They love brackets on New Japan. They have tournaments all the time.
I love the brackets.
They have a G1 Climax, which is like a huge bracket. It's like a year-long tournament.
Yeah.
There's different like groups, and you battle each other in your groups and round robins, and then it turns into like an actual like bracket system after that, and then you battle up into.
Oh, geez.
It's like a whole thing.
It's one thing that
great.
AEW has taken.
They've tried to, yeah,
and
they're not doing
trying
as
to
well
do,
with it,
but haven't been able to really. But
Yeah.
they did nice version of it with the Owen Hart, and they had a men and women's
Yeah,
Owen
they did
Hart
that with
champion.
like the first.
So it was nice and worked well.
Yeah,
but
then the first Continental Classic
yeah.
thing they did was good, but I don't know.
No, but I mean, they do a version which
Yeah.
is nice.
Yeah.
But
I told
bracket
Josh,
stuff is fun.
I told
Yeah.
Josh, I was like, I was jonesing a little bit for wrestling for Friday. I'm like, I might start watching NXT.
I
I'm
told
like,
him to.
No,
I
man.
told
I'm
him
like,
to.
why not?
Yeah.
It's on Hulu.
Yeah.
Hulu has it.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I might.
Yeah. It's gonna be on the CW, so
I
you'll be
know,
able to
which
watch
will
it.
still be on Hulu.
Yeah.
And then we were talking before we wrap up. So Raw will be moving to Netflix.
Correct.
And then SmackDown's going to go from USA.
To Fox,
from Fox
to USA. Yes.
Which USA is way better than Fox because Fox constantly goes to black
Yes.
or they blur the whole screen.
Well,
Even
because
when-
they're on like broadcast.
I know.
So
Even
you
when
got different standards.
Nothing bad. They totally muted when they were
Yes.
going after each other
Yes.
outside the ring.
Yes.
When they called in the refs.
Yes.
But it's also
Completely
the tape
blank.
delay stuff is edited
Yes.
as well. So that's what
Yeah.
makes it
Hulu is way
worse.
more edited than the regular broadcast is.
Well, it's an hour and a half. I mean.
No, I'm saying, but like this in like that stuff you're talking about
Yeah.
is shown on the Fox broadcast, but then it's edited afterwards for Hulu.
Oh well.
Because if like stuff accidentally happens, or if there's like a wardrobe malfunction or random things
the
are
USA
said live that you don't catch,
But the USA
they then
stuff,
can catch it
it's-
after the fact.
They don't cut the black. They don't blur.
Yeah.
It's only the Fox one. I'm
Yeah.
getting the cut the black, the
Yeah.
blur, the
Yeah,
muting
yeah, yeah.
a lot. So
Yeah.
Netflix is gonna be interesting because no commercial breaks.
There's gonna be commercial breaks.
There's gonna be commercial breaks.
Yes.
They're probably
Not
going to.
traditional commercial breaks.
Correct. No, there will be. Yes. Just like Amazon does
But it's going to be.
for football.
It's probably going to be cut. You know, I mean, it's not going to.
There's not gonna be as
Stuff's
many.
not going to go on
Yeah.
during the commercial
Right.
break.
Yes.
If they do commercial breaks, it's not going to be in the middle of a match. They're going to wait for the match to be over.
Possibly. Yes.
There's no rules. I mean,
Yeah.
you don't have
Yeah,
to.
yeah, yeah.
And like that is the biggest drawback. I think if Netflix is like, okay, we can have commercial breaks now in between the matches.
Yeah.
That's-
Or they can still do what they usually do, but just do like the 2-box thing.
I
Well,
would
that
But-
was.
Or
That
they
was
could
my other
do
thing
like,
was-
or they could
oh,
do like
Brian, well.
Peacock does, and whatever tier you're on, you get commercials. Or if you're in a bigger tier, you don't get commercials.
right. But it's a
That
live
would be an option.
broadcast, so I think you're gonna have no choice in the matter.
Yeah.
If it's a live show,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that was the other thing I was saying to Brian about what AEW does well is the 2-box.
Yes.
They do that perfectly with
Yeah.
commercial and
Yeah.
Yeah. But we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
It's a whole new world.
yes.
Because not only did they announce that Raw's going to Netflix, the NFL is also signed on with Netflix.
Yeah.
Christmas
we
Day.
were
There's
talking
gonna
about that
be two
too.
Christmas Day games are going to be on Netflix. So,
And then you got NASCAR going to Amazon, and
yeah.
and
So
then there's stuff going on
Big things
Amazon for
happening.
the
football.
streaming wars have begun.
Oh yeah.
Did you see who was Amazon grabbed for NASCAR?
Yes. Dylan Hurt Jr.
Yeah.
Yes.
So and they're teaming up with TNT.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
So interesting
Which lost
stuff.
the NBA. So,
TNT lost the NBA.
yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's massive.
Yeah.
They were the home of the NBA.
They were. Not anymore.
Wow.
well, and then you also have the
That's big.
potential
That
of
is big.
the sports
Who
streaming.
got the NBA?
They don't know yet.
Yeah.
They don't know.
Yeah.
They know. How do you lose it and not know where it's going?
Well, the rights haven't been announced yet.
But then you still have the sports streaming too, Mark.
Yes.
Which could happen.
Yes.
Well, it is. And it's in the works.
Yeah. Well, like MLS is basically only on Apple TV Plus right now. Like you can't if you want to watch soccer, like MLS soccer, it's on Apple TV Plus. The
Well,
whole
ESPN.
the whole league
Oh,
basically.
oh, you're talking
Yeah.
about the league.
And USL is on ESPN,
Yeah.
which is a subsidiary of MLS. Which
Yeah.
is weird.
Well, Hulu, because I have ESPN bundled.
Yes.
I see the soccer games.
Yeah,
on
yeah,
Hulu,
yeah.
Live soccer games all the
Yeah.
time.
That's a
And-
Premier League probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever's on ESPN.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
All right, we should wrap it up.
We should.
Okay.
But yeah, so all that and more. This week we'll be back next Tuesday because of the holiday on Monday.
Mhm.
Everyone has a nice and enjoyable and safe Memorial Day. And thank you to all those who have served and do serve in the military and other places as well. Josh is going to have a great time at the parade this weekend. And we'll be back next Tuesday to recap all the things that happened at King and Queen of the Ring.
Oh, it's going to be good.
It's going to be a good match.
It's going to be good.
It's going to be a good match. All that and so much more. And as always, be safe, be well, and be kind.
And rewind. See you next week.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, Rocky.
Night, Rocky.